After leaving his home, Jacob traveled for what felt like an eternity, journeying far to the land of his relatives in the east. Tired, dusty, and parched from the journey, he finally arrived at a well. A group of shepherds were gathered there, waiting to water their flocks. It was here, at this simple well in the middle of nowhere, that his life would change forever. He met Rachel, the daughter of his uncle Laban, and from the very first moment Jacob saw her, he was utterly captivated. He knew this was someone truly special. Rachel ran home to tell her father about the stranger at the well, and soon Jacob found himself welcomed into Laban's house with open arms. He shared stories of his journey, and Laban, seeing a strong young man, was happy to have him. Jacob stayed with them, quickly proving his worth by helping with the flocks. Laban noticed Jacob's skill and dedication and one day asked, "Your family, but you shouldn't work for free. What should I pay you?" But Jacob didn't want silver or gold. His heart was set on something far more valuable. He looked at Laban and said, "I will work for you for 7 years in return for your younger daughter, Rachel." And so, Jacob began his service. Day in and day out, through scorching summers and chilly winters, he faithfully tended Laban's flocks. He protected them from predators, led them to green pastures, and ensured they had water. 7 long years passed, but for Jacob, they felt like only a few days. Why? Because every sunrise and every sunset brought him closer to the day he could finally marry the woman he loved. The love he had for Rachel made the hard work and long wait feel insignificant. Finally, the 7 years were complete, and the time came for the wedding feast. The celebration was joyous, with music, dancing, and flickering torchlight filling the night. Jacob, filled with anticipation, celebrated his long-awaited union. But under the cover of darkness and tradition, Laban orchestrated a heart-wrenching deception. He brought his older daughter, Leah, to Jacob instead of Rachel. Hidden by the heavy veils and the dim light of the evening, Jacob didn't realize the switch until the next morning. When the sun rose and he saw Leah beside him, the truth hit him like a thunderbolt. He was shocked, hurt, and furious. He stormed to Laban and demanded, "What have you done to me? I worked 7 years for Rachel. Why have you tricked me?" Laban calmly replied, "It is not our custom to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one." But then, he saw his opportunity and offered a new deal. "Finish this week's wedding feast with Leah," he said, "and then I will give you Rachel as well in exchange for another 7 years of work." Heartbroken, but still deeply in love with Rachel, Jacob reluctantly agreed. After the week of celebrations with Leah was over, he was finally married to Rachel. But his life was now incredibly complicated. He had 2 wives who were sisters, and a father-in-law who had proven he couldn't be trusted. Jacob stayed and worked for Laban for many more years, fulfilling his 2nd term of service and beyond. He poured his skill and energy into caring for the flocks, and God blessed his efforts. The herds multiplied, growing strong and numerous. Jacob's own wealth began to grow, but so did the tension in the household. Laban and his sons watched Jacob's success with envy, and the trust between them completely eroded, replaced by suspicion and resentment. It was clear this arrangement couldn't last forever. Jacob's time with Laban was a masterclass in hardship. It was filled with grueling work, deep love, and painful betrayal. In a profound turn of events, Jacob, the deceiver who tricked his own brother, now knew exactly what it felt like to be deceived himself. Yet, through every trial and disappointment, God's hand remained on him. He blessed Jacob's labor, guided his path, and used these difficult years to shape him into the man he was destined to become. This story is a powerful reminder that life isn't always fair, and we can't always count on others to be honest. But even when we face deception and disappointment, God is at work. He can use our deepest struggles to teach us, strengthen our character, and ultimately lead us toward His incredible promises. Thank you so much for watching with us today. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content that explores these timeless truths. We'll see you in the next video.